What's going on, guys? Let's talk about reinventing yourself. And before we start, just want to shout out you guys, and I appreciate you for checking out this video. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and thank you guys for all that you do. Wanted to talk about reinventing yourself. That's so very important. And when I think about that, I think about a cell phone, for example. Think about just an iPhone, and think about how every year the iPhone is changing, it's evolving, and that's a great thing because with it evolving, that causes people to want to buy the phone and to be able to want to experience the phone. But say for example, the iPhone 7 basically stayed the same every year. They didn't add anything, they didn't add any features to it, add any benefits to it. Then it really wouldn't be any reason to want the cell phone or want to experience the cell phone, because it's basically staying the same. And that's the same way with us as individuals. Every year we have to, or all the time we have to reinvent ourselves. We always have to add something on. We always have to be doing something to get better. Changing up, changing even simple things, changing the way we dress, adding some our thinking, our mindset, the programs inside of our mind. We have to be able to constantly evolve because the world is constantly evolving. The world is constantly changing. So it wouldn't make any sense if we stayed the same as far as our thinking, our mindset, the way we do things, the way we live. It always has to constantly be changing and evolving, because we are people who change. So if you're a person who has the same thinking, who has the same mindset that you did 2 years ago, then that's a problem, because we should always be evolving. You should always be getting better and changing. And the way I think to get yourself reinvented is to always be doing something different, always be experimenting with things, being spontaneous, hanging around different people, examining different people, traveling, seeing the world, seeing different places, different cultures, seeing how people think, and then being able to examine the programs that you have inside your mind. Because all of us, every individual on earth has a programs. We have programs inside of our minds that we follow on a daily basis. And we always have to be able to examine those programs to see whether those programs are working for us or if they are working against us. Because you could have a program that's working well for you for a extended period of time, but then one day that program may not be working well for you. So say for example, your diet, for example, you used to be a person who eats certain foods, but now as you see, hey, you're getting older, then you may need to examine that program to see, can you start to eat foods that's better, eat foods that may be better suited for you. So that's a way of, that's one example of examining a program and then determining to change that program because it no longer fits your needs. It could be with your a business. You may have a business right now that's doing well, but then when you think about it and when you examine it, the business no longer fits you. So you may want to be able to change that business and be able to move on to something different. So we always have to be examining what's going on with us, going on with our minds, going on in our bodies, going on that's in our world, and being able to make strategic moves in our lives to be able to make sure that we're going forward and make sure that we are evolving and make sure that we are constantly reinventing ourselves. And I know change can be hard, because I know it's hard for me, because we always want to be used to something, but we have to get used to being uncomfortable, be comfortable being uncomfortable. And that's the only way to truly grow, is when you're constantly evolving and when you're constantly changing, you're constantly getting outside of your comfort zone, because that's the only way that you can actually grow. So just wanted to share that with you guys and just talk about the power of reinventing yourself. So let me know what you're thinking in the comments, and place a comment on what you're doing to get yourself reinvented and what are you doing to evolve as a person. So I appreciate you guys. You guys have a blessed day. Peace.